FP2. He even, you know, things improved. The guys worked on the bike. He was happier for qualifying. But at then
the World Championship, they want a position in Rookies Cup next year. You know, they just want to continue their...
He's already got a ride for next year, hasn't he?
Exactly. He's going to be riding much more relaxed now. He will be with the Asp. And now he's signed for one of the top teams in Moto3. He has made it as a professional rider. Although, if you were watching last year, the 51 Brian Uriarte lost the Rookies Cup title to Alvaro Carpe in the final.
And they're away. Everybody gets a good start. Veda, is he going to pass Brian on the run-in?
Lead, and look at that. Who's in third place? It is David Gonzalez ahead of...
Takes the lead.
This is it, down into turn 8 then, as it's one of the biggest braking zones on the track, and we've got...
Dash into ninth, back into ninth place. He's got a lot of work to do.
More confidence every time I've seen him.
Absolutely, isn't he? And, you know, Veda knows that he can't afford to let him get there in fifth place behind Pugliese.
Yeah, we've not seen much of Pugliese the last couple of rounds, but don't forget he's got in Misano in the European Talent Cup previously as well.
So he knows Agostinelli. He knows he's got to make his way through. He can't afford to be nice about it.
The back straight, well, one of the two back straights, I think I'd call this one. It's Brian Uriarte and David Gonzalez under braking into that left-hander, but how much of his drive has he sacrificed?
Uriarte is the Cup champion, no matter what happens tomorrow.
Down the back straight again. All sorts of squirts of power between the corners, and they're going 3, 4 abreast, and Morelli nearly clips the back wheel of Veda.
It's the green. Have they got to be careful?
Morelli really trying to make his way through on Veda, but the number 32 of Ramadipa, the Indonesian rider who's been on some great form lately as well. He's trying to go, but Dinesh, after an initial sluggish start, he's in the groove again, 8th position.
Indeed, and of course Veda knows that, so he's going to be he must be worried.
And here we go, on board with the Indonesian, not quite as he tries to make it. Such a pleasure to watch Veda Pratama ride. Morelli fights straight back at him, tries to stand him up in the middle of the
ground to Uriarte, and in that battle.
Well, then just behind them, fastest laps of the race, the fastest rider on track of the race so far, Hakim Danish.
Yeah, absolutely. He's riding around any kind of problems that he's got at the moment, fastest man on track.
The other 20% has got to come from him. So the little straight here from turn 6, Uriarte over the curbs, having to jump back onto the track.
In the race, and he's chasing Brian Uriarte very strongly now.
Morelli just really wants to make another move back on Gonzalez, really lost out. He's been properly pushed back now. Morelli moves through into third as well. A couple of riders I want to keep an eye on. Not seen too much of them this weekend, but they have been big, heavy hitters the last few rounds in Rookies Cup.
Been quick, and they've really just got to put it together in this final weekend.
Ramadi, any inroads on Mitani just ahead of him? It looks like he had, but Mitani just pushes him way. Oh, it's been a torrid year for poor Joel. He looked really good in practice, didn't he? But
he's got more talent than he shows for sure. Morelli in second place now.
Finishes and front runners. It's just a bit off the boil in recent rounds in terms of his actual results on
saving the tyres, that sort of thing. The Pirellis do last very, very well. They also give tremendous feedback. Uriarte now under pressure from Marco Morelli.
And Morelli, it does tend to happen in the riders' third years. All those questions of, well, what next, can sort of play on them.
In that squad, and it's great to see Marco Morelli joining him.
It's all starting to bunch up a little bit now, Venezuelan. A 1:45.0. So is Brian Uriarte pulling the pin, or is he bunching it up to...
You know, so... But he's quick. I mean, it shows how competitive Rookies Cup racing is this year, that even the guys at the back of the field and the girl at the galleys.
Another bit of an enigma, but wins pole positions, podiums in his very first year, even when he started a couple.
He has been that overly wild stuff bit that he showed too, you know, a couple of times in Rookies Cup.
He was a wild child by the time he finished Rookies Cup.
That's right. He's a great kid now.
Out in 7th place still. He's got Zen Mitani still ahead of him, but...
Here, nobody has shown any kind of real advantage. Brian Uriarte is Marco Morelli. He pulls alongside. No, he's not going to do it here, but I think mission's open. and then we'll be choosing who will be invited to the selection event.
Marco Morelli, he really is, just one in a long line of poster child.
After in the post-podium press conference, said, "I would not be here if it not for Rookies Cup," and come up a little bit at the front with Uriarte just thinking, very slight, because the slipstream clutch closes them right up again.
Motorbike racing for you, isn't it? It's, they cross the line this time. So, Peter, where is Danish? Danish still been pushed back.
Batama's, he's got his serious face on now, hasn't he? You know, he's not mucking around anymore.
Well,
inside line,
looking up the inside and it's there to Mitani. That was a bit of an error really from Morelli, just going that far inside. He really just going a bit wide, and there Batama doesn't need a second invitation, does he?
Yeah.
Instant there.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see now. I wonder whether Gonzalez, Patama and Uriarte can go with them.
Gonzalez hasn't actually been on the podium since
and then to pass Veda Patama, and we can see that number 70, Christian Daniel, has got going again. He must be wide coming out. Yeah, very, very strange. Anyway, and in fact, he loses the drive because David Gonzalez picks up slipstream. What a brilliant move. Absolutely fantastic. And these
Patama straight up the inside again of Gonzalez.
And Mitani, where did that come from? Absolutely superb.
Absolute cracker that was. We see
three abreast there. It is Veda Patama.
Look who's just behind him. Hakim Danish round there at stake between Malaysia and Indonesia. So close geographically, but there's a bit of a
Zen Mitani. There comes Veda.
Wow,
my goodness!
What on earth was that?
He passed three people
and they got careful. It's over a second now. The gap! Veda goes down. Veda's down. Hakim's wide, and that could. It was Karpushin who was down as well. Oh dearie me. Well, that could be it. Who's up the inside of Mitani? Veda's out. He's down and out. So's Karpushin. Oh, what a shame. Racing.
Yeah.
So
Hakim is still going, but he's down in 10th place. You know, that getting in each other's way, and they definitely can.
Morelli out the inside of Gonzalez, but Gonzalez doesn't want to give it up.
Marco Morelli from David Gonzalez, and the 34. The number of Kevin Schwantz, Zen Mitani, and he will pick up a great slipstream from these guys. But of course, even if he does the outbraking at the end of the straight, there's still those two left-handers to go. Plenty of action left in this race. Up the inside goes the number 11 of David Gonzalez for the slipstream. He pulls out alongside. There's still Gonzalez in the front. It's Brian up into second place, but there's still a load of corner. Can he take? Yes, it is. It's Brian Uriarte. He is the cup champion. He's
Hasil Rookies Cup Misano 2025 Race 1, Veda Crash, Uriarte Juara. Hasil Red Bull Rookies Cup Misano 2025 Race 1 yang digelar Sabtu 13 September malam hari berakhir dengan kemenangan Brian Uriarte. Dengan tambahan 25 angka, Uriarte resmi jadi juara Rookies Cup musim ini, tak mungkin terkejar lagi oleh pembalap Indonesia, Veda Pratama yang mengalami crash. Di klasemen Red Bull Rookies Cup 2025, Brian Uriarte total memiliki 216 poin dari 13 balapan yang digelar. Jumlah angkanya tak bisa disalip siapapun karena tinggal tersisa satu race lagi, yaitu race 2 Misano pada Minggu 14 September pukul 13.35 waktu Indonesia Barat. Veda Pratama, yang punya asa untuk mendesak Uriarte hingga race pemungkas, harus mengalami crash ketika 5 lap tersisa. Tidak hanya gagal mengejar Uriarte, kini posisi Veda turun ke posisi 3. Disalip oleh Hakim Danish, Malaysia. Jelang Grand Prix Misano yang digelar pada Sabtu Minggu, 13 hingga 14 September 2025, Veda Pratama ada di peringkat 2 klasemen. Sang pembalap asal Gunung Kidul tersebut punya 171 poin atau 20 angka di belakang sang pemuncak, Brian Uriarte. Veda menempati posisi kedua dalam starting grid race 1 Misano, tepat di belakang Uriarte, tetapi masih di baris pertama. Bersama mereka, ada David Gonzalez, Spanyol. Sementara itu, Hakim Danish, Malaysia, start dari urutan 6. Rekan senegara Veda Kiandra Ramadipa, ada di start nomor 11 atau baris keempat. Nama lain, Zen Mitani, Jepang, memulai balapan dari nomor 4, mendahului Giulio Pugliese, Italia.